It is sometime before 3 a.m. on Monday, September 15th, 2025. I just had to leave a voicemail for the Greenville group approximately 2 hours ago, I believe at 12:45 a.m., because while I've been lying on my bed trying to sleep over the last few hours, there's been a violent psycho directly below in 76 who has been slamming some kind of heavy object directly against the floor beneath my bed, which is the ceiling of unit 76 directly below, which is actually quite a high ceiling. So they must be slamming a broomstick or a broom or a mop or something against the floor below my bed. And as I keep reporting, the slamming is not indiscriminate. This isn't like some kind of out of control drunk person just lurching around in the unit below. They are doing this on a surveillance based, moment by moment, activity specific basis based on what they can hear or see me doing when I'm lying on my bed. And that has been going on throughout the evening, but it became really violent at 12:45 a.m. And that person was running up and down between unit 78, where they were slamming and banging things against the wall behind my kitchen sink. It sounded like they were slamming like a toilet seat or a toilet lid or something behind the wall of my kitchen sink. And then they would slam the door of 76 below. And then they would start slamming things beneath my bed. They seem to be like in a complete frenzy of psychotic, violent harassment. And it was coming from 78 and 76 every few minutes for like 30 minutes. So for 30 minutes, this severely disturbed, violent psycho reject was running back and forth between the two units that happened to share a wall and a floor with my unit, because that's about as close as they will ever get to having anything to do with me. This is a severely disturbed stalker who I suspect is named Jasmine Irizarry, because this is what Jasmine Irizarry has been doing for 11 years now. She's literally a tapeworm against the wall behind the sink right here. And I do believe that she's also been somehow accessing unit 76 directly below. And as I mentioned in the voicemail that I left for the Greenville group at 12:45 a.m., Jasmine Irizarry, or whoever is directly below, slamming things directly against this floor, right in that corner right there. It's always in that corner. So they must have like a mop or a broomstick or something that they just slam repeatedly against the floor. It echoes. You can hear it echoing directly below in 76. So 76 might not actually be occupied right now. And last night, at right around the same time, 12:30 a.m. or so, the same violent slamming and banging began occurring from directly below in 76. And that person, once again, was slamming something directly against the floor right here beneath my bed, which is the ceiling of 76. And over the last 2 hours, while I've been lying on this bed just trying to sleep, there has been an insane amount of marijuana and cigar smoke that's been coming up from directly below. But there's also been somebody in the bathroom of 78 intermittently smacking that wall right there and making noise behind that wall. So I think it's like, could be two people, or it could just be the same mentally disturbed psycho who's running back and forth between the two for some strange reason. I mean, these people are not normal, and they're constantly smoking drugs. So whatever I'm smelling right now, it smells like a combination of burning rubber and cigar smoke. It's obviously some kind of a drug, and I'm not familiar with drugs, so I have no idea what could smell like a combination of burning rubber and cigar smoke. But it has forced me to keep the window wide open, even though there's no screen, and there are mice running in and out of here, as I've mentioned before. Are you kidding me? There's someone in that bathroom right now grunting. Ugh. Ugh. That's what they sound like. And because the microphone on this phone is not very sensitive, this is a cheap Android phone and it's been dropped a bunch of times, you probably can't hear it right now. I'm also talking. And while I've been lying here for the last two hours now trying to sleep, there's been the ongoing and very deliberate use of a directed energy device that is always the calling card of the psychopath, sex offender, and career criminal named Jasmine Irizarry, who the Greenville group have repeatedly bragged about in terms of her abilities to hack into electronic devices. And as Mr. Elisayev, the property manager, put it, take care of any problem and get into anything. Ms. Irizarry herself has admitted that she is getting paid a lot of money to use a directed... Well, that just happened again. So even as I'm mentioning her name in this video, as I am in the process of making this video in real time, she just once again started electronically assaulting me with her directed energy device that she claims that she's getting paid a lot of money to use, presumably by the Greenville group, and that she has it mounted on a tripod and she's aiming it at my head. And that's happening right now as I'm lying here making this video. So I'm correct about Jasmine Irizarry being the individual who is repeatedly and continuously using a directed energy device to electronically harass and assault me while I'm lying on this bed. Because every time I mention her name in a video, as I'm making the video, she doubles down on her use of a directed energy device to electronically assault me while I'm actually mentioning her name in the video. So there you go. She is being directly sponsored by Alex Kritnick of the Greenville Group. Mr. Kritnick is the property owner, and every time I've mentioned to the office staff that Jasmine Irizarry is using a directed energy device, or that she's making violent slamming and banging noises behind my kitchen sink usually, and or that she is contaminating the water to my kitchen tap, as I reported earlier this evening, Irizarry has also made multiple comments on my YouTube pages mentioning that she is not using a saddle valve to contaminate the water to my tap, but that she is putting certain types of contaminants in that water. And not only did she accurately mention one of the contaminants that she puts into that water, but she also made other comments clearly detailing other contaminants that she uses that accurately reflect what I keep experiencing and what only I happen to know right now about the chemical composition of the contaminants that are in the tap, in the water to my tap. Nobody else knows that because nobody else uses the water to my tap. But Irizarry seems to know a lot about what goes into the water to my tap, and she has made multiple written comments accurately reflecting what I myself have directly and continuously experienced regarding that water. And only I would know those details, but she knows them all.